What's up, people? This is Zain. Real quick, I wanted to talk about a topic that's been on my mind recently. And I'm going to call this one, Why You Got Arrested. Why you got taken to jail. And I've seen this happen many times. At my time with the Dallas County Public Defender's Office, I saw this. So this usually happens with people that aren't really well versed into their rights. They don't know what the law is, and even if they do know what the law is, they get nervous around police officers, and it's okay to get nervous around police officers. You know, I still get nervous around police officers. I got nervous around police officers when I was a kid, and a lot of people get nervous around police officers. So the thing is just not to let that nervousness control you. So just wanted to say, why you get arrested is because you've made the police officer's job a lot easier than it is. You've volunteered information that you shouldn't have volunteered. You've let that nervousness get out of hand and turn into a behavior which makes you seem erratic and unpredictable. So what do I mean by this? Let's say you smoke marijuana and you're smoking weed, and you see a cop car pass by, right? You get nervous. You're like, oh shit, there's a police officer and I'm smoking weed. You start running. You start acting fidgety. You throw that weed down. Guess what? By you doing that, you've given the police officer, to an extent, at least reasonable suspicion to further pursue you, if not probable cause. And I'm going to have to do a different video on what reasonable suspicion and probable cause is later on down the road, because that's a whole different video. But by you doing that is what made you get arrested. Let's say if you were smoking weed, right, and you stayed calm, there's a greater chance you would have not gotten arrested. Now, would you have gotten arrested? I don't know. Who the hell knows? Maybe. But the thing is, if you would have acted calm, acted like carried on with your day, whatever, and a lot of times the cop might even cut you a break. Who knows? By you running from them, that upsets them even more. So why you got arrested is because it's your own fault. You got arrested because you acted in a way that you shouldn't have acted. Now, this video is a lot of people are not going to understand this. It's getting very deep. And I'm not saying you should avoid arrest if you did the crime. What you should run away, evade arrest, or none of that. What I'm saying is steps you can take to make sure the cop does their due diligence. It's not your job to help the cop out for them to arrest you. That's ridiculous. You know, you don't want to help the police out. The cop's not gonna. You're making their job easier. Why the hell would you do that? Why the hell would you make the cop's job easier? You're pretty much telling them, hey, come arrest me. You know? And this happens a lot of times, even with the Miranda warning. A lot of people don't use their constitutional rights. They'll say stuff and they'll implicate themselves, and then they get arrested themselves. This happens with people that call the cops themselves, especially with women. Some women call the cops and say, oh, my husband's doing this and this and that. And the woman ends up getting arrested because of whatever reason. Maybe she probably initiated the fight. Who knows? But the point is, a lot of times when you call the cops or you do anything, you're volunteering information away that makes you seem more prone to get arrested. And that's why you got arrested, because you're making the cops' job a lot easier. If they ask you questions, you don't want to answer those questions immediately. You want to invoke your right to have an attorney. And I'll get into this later on in a different video too, when you can get an attorney and all of this. But you got arrested because you made the cops' job a lot easier because of either you said something you shouldn't have said, You did something you shouldn't have did. You let nervousness get the best of you, and you fidgeted, you fumbled. That's all right. Like I said, you're gonna get nervous, but you gotta let that shit ride, and just be cool, calm, and collected. Don't make the cop's job easier. Don't make it easier. A lot of times you're getting arrested because you're the one that's saying things. And guess what? Maybe you're the one that called the cops. So what? You still ended up getting arrested because you didn't let them do their job. It's their job to build a case against you. By you doing some of this dumb shit that I'm talking about is what's getting you arrested. Is because you're behaving in a way that's giving the cop probable cause, at least reasonable suspicion. Okay, probable cause is a vague term. It's a very vague term. But it takes very little for them to get probable cause anyways. So you don't want to help the police officer out, right? That you don't want to help them arrest you, if that makes sense. You're getting arrested because you're helping them by doing some of these things I said. Because think about it, guys. If this kind of behavior goes on, and you understand why you're doing this and why you're not doing this, you can better prevent the police from arresting you. You can further prevent them from arresting you for something you could have avoided, right? You could have avoided an arrest. And this doesn't have anything to do with if you've committed a crime, you should lie. Don't lie. I'm not telling you to lie. What I'm telling you to do is play it smart. Let them build their case. I'm not advocating for you to commit crimes and to run away and hide. What I'm saying is let them figure out if you've committed a crime or not. Let them come to you. Let them do their job. Don't volunteer any information. Don't give them any reason. Don't give them that reasonable suspicion. That's why it's called reasonable suspicion, because you're being suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Okay? Don't be suspicious. Go on with your day. Be normal. And if you have done something, go on with your day. Let them do everything. That's what attorneys are here for. We're here to tell you what your rights are, not to help you run away from a crime, not to help you hide. We're here to help you learn what you can do and cannot do when you're faced with the situation, what your rights are. Okay? So the reason you got arrested was because you thought you could take care of the situation yourself. You probably called the cops yourself, and then you started saying some things. You thought the cop was your friend, and I've done a video on this too, where I've said already the cops are not your friend. So, so just think about this. Think about this for a second. A lot of times, and I've seen this personally happen with minorities, mostly. They'll say stuff that they shouldn't be saying, and what ends up is you make the cops' job a lot easier. Okay? You've made their job so much easier. You've made the prosecution's job so much easier to pursue this case and to your prosecution to get a guilty verdict or a guilty sentencing from the judge. Okay? You've just did their job for them. You wasted taxpayers' money. You wasted your own money. How about that? Have you ever thought about that? You wasted your own money, and you got yourself in trouble because of you implicated yourself. And guys, there's lawyers that fight for you. Why do you think all these cases go to the Supreme Court? Why do you think you have all these rights? The Miranda right? The search and seizure. It's consent to searches. A lot of times cops don't want to do the work. They want to trick you and fool you into thinking that they can search your car. And sometimes they'll just even ask you, hey, can we search your car? You're like, yeah, sure, search my car. And guess what? You have a joint in there and you're going to jail. So guys, don't make it easy for them. It's too easy for them. It's almost like they show up and they know that they're gonna arrest you. It's way too easy for them. All right, don't make it easy for them. Let them do the work. Okay, let them figure out if you have a joint in your car or not. Don't tell them you have a joint in your car. If your car smells like marijuana, don't admit you were smoking weed. Even if it smells like marijuana, don't admit it. Why would you admit something? Do you admit that if let's say you hide, your parents don't know you smoke weed, or your girlfriend or your spouse? I bet when your girlfriend asks you, your parents ask you if you smoke weed, what would you say? No, I don't. And when the cops ask you if you smoke weed, you say yes. Come on now, come on, guys. You gotta learn this. You gotta learn this, and I'm here to help you. I know some people will not get it, and that's why I'm gonna keep yelling this till I'm blue in the face. So you gotta learn this. Don't make their job easier, and this is why you got arrested, because you made it easy for them. It's too easy. All right. If you have any questions, need a topic, any thoughts, any questions, let me know by email. Is in the description below. My website's coming soon. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to try to make another video about this topic. And as I said, I'm going to do another topic on what probable cause is pretty soon. So right now, just stick what I said to the back of your head and go with it. All right? Just go with what I said. Don't make it easier for cops. All right? Peace. I'm out.